Hello YouTubers! I'm going to be teaching you how to solve a Rubik's Cube today, and the method we're going to use is called beginner's method, and it's also called layer by layer method. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to take the cube apart, and that's not so you can cheat and pretend to be awesome. It's just in case you get stuck and you wanted to start over, at least you'll know how. So first, you need to turn this top layer to a 45-degree angle, like that. And you pop out this piece. These are called edges, and these are called corners. So you pop out the edge, like that. If you have a new cube that you bought in a store, you might need to use like a pair of scissors or something. Just slide that in to help you pop it out. So you take that out, and then you take out the corners. And after that, you just start twisting it and everything will come apart. Okay. So when you're putting it back together, that's really dirty. When you're putting it back together, it's easiest to start with an edge. So you put the edge in like that, and then you put in a corner piece. Well, with the correct colors, I'm not going to search through. And then you just keep going from there. So now, I want everyone to notice that the centers are stuck where they are. Like, this blue will never swap places with, like, a red, because they're stuck. So, there's the core, and they're stuck to the core. So, so keep your eye on the orange, and no matter how you turn the cube, that centerpiece never moves. Which tells you that the centerpiece tells you what color the entire face has to be. So this is orange, that means this entire face needs to be orange. This is blue, everything needs to be blue. Red, everything needs to be red, and so on. Okay, next what you need to know is that the cube is not solved face by face. Like, you don't solve 3 faces and say, oh, I only have 3 more left. You solve it layer by layer. So because this is a 3 by 3 cube, there are 3 layers. The bottom layer, the middle layer, and the top layer. So first you'll start with the bottom layer. But before that, I want to talk about notation. That just means that each side of the cube is represented by a letter. Now there are tutorials that teach the cube without notation, but it's just in your best interest to learn because all websites and forums use write with notation. So, no matter how you look at the cube, it doesn't matter. The top one is represented by U, which means up. This is up. This is D for down, R for right, L for left, F for front, this is the front, and B for back. You won't really use the back much, but you may in the future. So if you see U, you will look at the U layer and turn it clockwise. Now if you see U prime or U inverted, that means you look at U and turn it counterclockwise. So if you see R, you look at R and turn it clockwise. R prime, counterclockwise. So that's the same for all the sides. So notice that U and D, if you look at it like this, turn in opposite directions. It might be a little confusing at first, but you'll learn to get used to it, and it gets pretty intuitive after a while. So this is U, and then this is D. Okay, so you'll also see things like U2 or L2. The 2 just means that you'll turn twice. So U2, 1, 2, or L2, 1, 2. And occasionally, you'll see a small u or small r. That means you turn 2 layers at once. So a small u look like this, a small r like this. You have to have, and you also have like small l and so on. And that's pretty much it for notation. So now that we know notation, let's try an algorithm. Algorithm is just a fancy way of saying a pattern. And you're going to be using lots of algorithms when solving cubes. So the algorithm we're going to try is r, u, r prime, u prime. This is going to be a very important algorithm for the first layer. So let's try this. So r, u, r prime, u prime. Now if we do this algorithm a total of 6 times, the cube will return to its solved position. So we only have 5 more to go. So r, u, r prime, u prime. 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 Last time, r, u, r prime, u prime. And that's it.